Hey everyone, it's Ace. Welcome back to another video. Today we're playing with Bizon submachine gun on threshold defense as medic, of course. If you want to find out if this weapon is worth using or not, leave me a like and a subscribe, and let's get into it. First, as medic, you have access to some very good weapons from the SMG categories: SMG45, SR3M, P90, the Vector, and many other guns which are very competitive with one another. But the Bizon has one thing, in my opinion, which puts it a little bit ahead of the pack, at least in that niche department, and that is that as early as level fucking 10, you have access to an extended magazine which holds 64 bullets in a mag, which is crazy. Which is why today I prepared for you a build right now on the screen, which is predominantly a hipfire focused build for the Bizon. In my opinion, these types of weapons should be played quite aggressively, but it's not just a hipfire build. I've also made sure that you can ADS this thing, and up to 20 to 25 meters you can still very comfortably kill people with the ADS, but you have to have also maybe the jump on them. Trading fights sometimes with having stability as low as 46 is not advised, but we are flanking here, we have very fast movement speed with a very good handling, so you should be able to jump people with this even in ADS and still get kills, no problemo. I have also made sure the recoil pattern is not all over the place, so basically the way the gun works with the recoil, it pulls up right, which means we pull down left for the majority of the 64 rounds in mag, which is great. However, you do have to of course keep in mind that that's exactly how you control the weapon in hipfire. There's no difference between ADS and hipfire recoil in this game. So how does the Bizon feel and what is like the best usage for it in my opinion? Honestly, the best usage I found for the Bizon is being a very good res denier. Generally in Delta Force, at least in my lobbies, I kill one or two people and then a third guy comes in and then I have to have a 1v1 fight with him if I'm reloading the weapon, or I have to pull out my sidearm. But with the Bizon, I can just kill the two guys, and then when he's coming to res or I have to fight him as a third enemy, I can just kill him with the Bizon as well. That is the best thing about the Bizon. The other thing about the Bizon is that unlike the P90, which is its direct competitor when it comes to these big bullet hose weapons, has 25 damage per shot, and it has 40 more bullets than the P90. So one begs the question, what is the use case of P90 when the Bizon seems more versatile? And I can tell immediately, the P90 does have, of course, a bit better hipfire and a bit better handling. It's easier to build for those stats, but then, of course, you lose some of those Bizon quality of life things like having a little bit higher damage and a little bit larger magazine size. Also, because the Bizon is available on the medic and on the recon, although I prefer to use it on medic because I can heal myself, you can just smoke a corner, run in and just hose down 3 or 4 people before you die. If you're very lucky and the enemy isn't that good, you can even continue to go on like a 10-15 kill streak, no problem with the Bizon, because the handling is so good, you can just move around, zigzag around the map, no fucking problem. And because we have a hipfire build, you can surprise people with just shooting them in the head while they're busy, you know, ADSing their LMGs or their assault rifles that have like 300 to 400 ms ADS time, and you're just hip firing with a sprint to fire delay of barely 100 ms. This is the best thing about the Bizon. You want to have to jump on the people with these types of weapons. I would advise having hipfire builds for most of the SMGs. Maybe just SMG45, which is excellent even on range, should be built a bit different. But with the Bizon, I've tried the ADS Bizon and it didn't have that much work. And here you can see, even with the hipfire build, I'm beaming people at 20 to 30 meters, just as I had promised at the beginning of the video. And I have to be honest guys, SMGs, shotguns, and all these close quarter weapons feel excellent on defense on threshold, especially on this last sector. We have 2 huge buildings here, a lot of staircases, here's a connector, a lot of head glitches where you can really make these weapons work on their distances, and that's excellent. So if you ever wanted to find a map where you can finally use these weapons, if you're not very good at the game but you still wanted to learn these weapons, I would recommend just getting a threshold defense and playing these buildings. You will get the hang of these weapons very quickly. Since we're speaking about the SMGs, I'm also now leveling the SR3M and the SMG45 and the other weapons, so I can just give my opinion immediately. I think those weapons are probably better than the Bizon. They seem to be applicable more in more situations than the Bizon. But the Bizon, as I said, at level 10 you only get the extended magazine. The only thing you really need on the Bizon is the extended mag and a little bit of hipfire accuracy and you are good to go. Unfortunately, one of the big drawbacks of the Bizon is that you cannot have a foregrip, which sucks. Because if we could equip maybe the competition handstop, which is a great hipfire accuracy focused attachment, which means that we can even get more hipfire accuracy, would be crazy, but we cannot do it on the Bizon, so you know, it doesn't have that much build options like some of the other SMGs in its categories like the SR3M and like the SMG45 that come to mind that I'm leveling right now. So I would advise, if you want to try this weapon because of how much bullets it has, get level 10, get any sight of your choice, and then find a stock that has accuracy on it and handling, and I honestly think that you're good to go. As for the barrels, you will see in the build, I have decided to go with the short barrel for the Bizon because this is the one that gives me the most mobility, the one that has the most hipfire accuracy, and it's, you know, generally a mobile barrel. As I said, I have tried the other barrels, the super long barrel, but the muzzle velocity barely increased on that fucking thing when I was playing with it, so I'm still have to lead 5 meters in front of people when they're running to cover and I'm shooting them, so I didn't find that much usage for it. And then we lose all of the super nice Bizon stats that make the SMG. I hate forcing these weapons that aren't meant to be long-range weapons like the Bizon into these long-range weapons, and then I'm sitting there with a gun that has super clunky movement and everything, and the max I get is 500 ms muzzle velocity. Yeah, no thanks. Honestly, the Bizon reload speed is also pretty crazy considering that we have 64 bullets. I mean, look how fast he reloads this thing. I mean, some of the LMGs you'll be reloading that have similar amounts of bullets, like P.E.K.K.A. Pepeshenik that comes stock with 75 bullets, reloads for a fucking year, and this thing reloads so quickly, and that's really, really nice. You can see on Cracked Attack, you can just smoke it up, push a corner, surprise people while they're reloading, and you don't have to reload. I really like this thing. It's great for this niche scenarios. It really feels good to use, guys. You should really give it a try. Let me know in the comment section, have you tried the Bizon? Did you build one? Do you have a build that's better than mine, or you enjoy it more? Maybe you played the long-range Bizon and you like that more. Please let me know. I would love to read your comments and read how you're playing with the Bizon if you've tried it so far. In Battlefield games, historically, we've never seen a really, really strong Bizon. It existed in BF3, and I think it was in BF4. I can't remember. You can let me also know in the comment section there was a Bizon in BF4. That I can't remember. But I remember the BF3 Bizon wasn't that great. You could do work with it, but BF3 had other weapons which were just better than the Bizon, and a lot of them had a lot of ammo like a support. You had LMGs with 200 rounds in the mag and so on and so on. Here you can see on the final section of, sector of Cracked that I'm using the Bizon as a res denier, just like I said earlier in the video, which is really funny. I'm still not reloading, I'm just denying the same res like 50 fucking times in a row. It's just really funny how it's one of the, you know, probably only SMGs that can allow you to just keep denying reses non-stop without having to worry too much about 1 or 2 more people running on the corner and shooting you in the face. Well, you can just keep shooting the guy they're reviving and the medic that is reviving the guy, and then you can shoot the medic that's gonna come to revive the medic that's reviving the guy and the guy you shot earlier. Okay, that's a lot of guys there, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, I'm gonna close the video down here slowly, and I just want to let you know that, yeah, the support on my videos have been great. I'm very satisfied so far. I've learned a lot. I'm still learning, of course, the process of editing, commentating, making thumbnails, but I feel like I'm improving every day, and your support has, of course, been very important to me here. That being said, please follow me on Twitter. I have a very nice Twitter. I customized it earlier this week. Follow me there, leave me a like and a comment, and subscribe if you like my content, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Have a good weekend.